It is the biggest crowd that's seen a game at Young Arena during this postseason, and the third biggest crowd in the USHL during this playoff year as the Blackhawks win the opening draw. But a pass for Hunter Ramos hops over his stick, and the Lumberjacks take possession. Robkin, though, jostled by Morgan Brady. Lawrence swoops in, picks up the puck, carries to the Hawk zone, bodied by Mulgrave. And McMorrow picks the puck up from behind his net, slings it around the wall, golfed out to the neutral zone. Here's Deering, who had a goal last night, getting to the offensive zone, separated from the puck by Clares. And the Lumberjacks take possession and bring it back to the line. Robkin, though, lost it off of the skate. It comes next to McLaughlin, and he'll bounce it wide of the Blackhawk net. Casey out of the goal, banks it off the end wall, stolen by Robkin. Quick shot and a glove save by Casey for our first whistle. 37 seconds into the first period. And the Lumberjacks' Lawrence comes across the Blackhawk line, cuts to the side of the net, shovels one toward the goal one-handed, and it's stopped by the Blackhawks' Casey. The loose puck pushed out to the neutral zone. Lawrence taking it back, keeping it away from McMorrow, going all the way back to his own zone to feed Barry. Robkin rolled it back to the Hawk line, swiped there by Davatilla. And now we've got a penalty that's going to be called against the Lumberjacks. Hawkins goes rink wide, looking for Bogus, who plays to Kieran, trying to get the puck settled. He takes a hit and loses control of it, and a penalty called now with the Blackhawks going to the game's first power play, a high sticking minor coming up. 13:48 left in the first period. And the Lumberjacks, Galanic turns, gave the puck right back to Morick. Along the left wing boards, drops it back for Townsend. The Muskegon penalty's over. Now it's Morick again, top of the left circle. For Townsend one more time, shooting. It was deflected. Picked up behind the net by Morick. Couldn't find Davatilla, though, with a pass. As Jate gets it back for Waterloo, working behind the Lumberjack goal.
And now here comes McMorrow with speed, ran into by Sanderson. Huge check by Carter Sanderson. The arm of the official is up in the air. Carter Sanderson's going to the box. So David Klee gets his explanation, so does Reed Morick. And they're going to a video review. Call on the ice as a 2-minute minor for a hold on Carter Sanderson. Sources tell me they were looking at a possible slew foot. They deemed it to be not that bad.
Batted back toward the line. Townsend kept it in. 15 seconds on the power play. A pass from Townsend missed Jate. He gets it off the boards. Back to Davatilla, right point. Then Easton Houston. Left circle shooting, deflected. Bayou trying to clear it, and it does just bounce out to center. The Blackhawks now 0 for 2 on the power play. Just under 8 minutes to go in the opening period.
And the fans are getting restless. They're eager for a goal here in Young Arena.
The Jacks 2 for 2 on the kill. Here's Davatilla, met by Lawrence and knocked down. Sent on to Casey, bouncing, it's loose. Sanderson out of the box, a chance. Carter Casey got it away from him.
Got it back and fed Galanic, swept off of his stick by Compton. Now Mason and Galanic dueling. Sanderson nudged it free, it comes to the slot. Stewart a shot, saved by Casey. Holding on with 2:43 left in the first, and now each team credited with 8 shots on goal.
The Blackhawks aren't allowing anyone to get to Carter Casey. They know that Muskegon is trying to rattle him a little bit, get him uncomfortable, take his eyes away. It was Drew Stewart who had a great chance there in the slot. Saw that Peddle was actually going down on one leg to block the shot, so Stewart had it in his mind to just wait that extra second to get the shot off, but an easy routine save for Carter Casey.
Lumberjacks in an offside position. Hawks get it back to center. Jate, though, couldn't dump it in. It just slipped off the toe of his stick. And back the other way come the Lumberjacks. Clee trying to split defenders, moves in, shoots! And a save by Casey as Clee trying to go low to the glove side. And the ricochet comes back to Michael Phelan, looking up the ring, trying to hit a home run to Ramos. It got by all the way down to Gadzhiev, who smothers it, and Ramos stopped quickly, sprayed Gadzhiev with snow. He's going to get a penalty, as well as the ire of all of the Muskegon Lumberjacks on the ice.
You gotta be smarter there if you're Hunter Ramos. He knew it right away. He snowed Gadzhiev, turned around, put his hands up. He knew they were coming to get him.
Comes to Deputy, coming to the Hawk line, 3 against 2. Dragging, shooting, blocked by Phelan. Rebound was loose near the side of the net, and Casey stops an attempt to bank it in from behind the goal, holding the post at his left and somehow smothering the puck.
I don't know how Casey kept that out. It looked like Lawrence had an easy bank, and the puck looked like it was on the goal line. Casey might have just fallen back on it. As we get a look here, Deputy walks in with a shot. Lawrence has a bit of an open net, then tries to go off the back end of Casey, but he does a great job getting in the splits, staying on top of that puck. What a chance by that top line from Muskegon.
Get the puck out to center, and Mulgrave speeds into the offensive zone around a check side of the net. Stop attempt, and Waterloo scores. It's Reed Morris lifting it up over Gadzhiev. Here come the Hawks. Morris with a goal early in period number 3 on Friday. He scored less than 2 minutes into period 2 on Saturday.
And it all starts with a beautiful bank pass in the neutral zone. Teddy Mulgrave catches Bauer Berry a little bit flat-footed, a defenseman on defenseman, 2-on-2 rush. Mulgrave makes that inside-outside move to protect the puck and then squeaks it through the legs of the Muskegon defenseman while Morick goes right to the top of the crease, just like he did last night where he scored that goal early in the third period. And a beautiful finish on the backhand by the Blackhawks captain for his third of this Clark Cup Final already.
First one to it, Mulgrave. His stick got tied up, but here's Townsend picking it up with speed out to center, 2-on-2. Has Morick. Townsend comes into the offensive zone to the side of the net and shoots. Gadzhiev the save as Townsend is hauled to the ice after the whistle. That was Morick, pardon me. Townsend, meanwhile, getting a face wash from Veo, and then Mulgrave was knocked down near the top of the crease.
The action's starting to pick up here in the second, but man, how about the left-handed shots? Beating the defenseman on the far side wide. That's the third time Waterloo's been able to go inside out, protect the puck, and attack the net. It was Mulgrave on the first goal, and then Teddy Townsend on that sequence just before. Brendan McMorrow had a great chance too, but David Deputy made a heck of a back check just to cut off that angle, because McMorrow looked like he was about to make the same exact move on what would have been a 3-on-2, 3-on-1 even rush. But Muskegon's offense, you're starting to see them get into a little bit here in the second period.
New stick for netminder Shika Gadzhiev. He's made all the saves he's going to make with the other one.
That's a big save he just made too right there on Townsend, because if Townsend scores that goal, a 2-0 lead right now in this environment, that's a tough hole to come back from.
Bogus looks to keep it in and does. Down for McLaughlin. Now Xavier Veo. Ahead for Lawrence. Away from Walker. Here's Chris near side. Van Blaricom in front. Lawrence, he scores! Tic-tac-toe. The Lumberjacks tie the game with 10-11 to go in the second period. A beautiful passing play by the Lumberjacks. It starts with Chris on the zone entry. He goes across to Van Blaricom, and MVB went between the legs of the defenseman to find Tynan Lawrence on the doorstep, and the patience to go forehand and backhand to the near side, beating Carter Casey. For Lawrence, it's his team-leading 16th point of the postseason, his 7th goal of the playoffs. One back by Deering. Here's Brady, far side, off the glass, through the neutral zone. Bounces onto Bauer Berry's stick. Deering keeps it in though, far side corner, fired on. Gadzhiev the save, it's loose. The fans are celebrating, the goal light's on. The puck's in the far side circle. Brady fires it down low, far side, here's Deputy.
Rebound with Huck controlling it right of his net, trying to clear it. Gherkin got a piece of the puck, nudged toward the line. Deering, end of a shift, lunging, knocks it out the center, and Huck pursues. Huck gets there, he's got a partial breakaway, and that's one off the pad of Gadzhiev. Davatilla has it behind the net, drops it back, Bogus shoots, that's blocked.
Past Deering, 2-on-2 rush, joined by Deputy. Lawrence to the near side, on his backhand, backdoor, Deputy turned aside, they score! David Deputy! On an assist from Tynan Lawrence, the Lumberjacks make it 2-1. Speed kills, and those two, they've got the speed. Into the offensive zone they go. David Deputy finishing off the opportunity. Found to the back of the net for the 9th time this postseason.
Brady, that was broken up by Galenic. Lumberjacks come out with numbers. Brady trying to hang with Bayou, who jumps into the rush. Bayou does center one. It's in front, and it's step attempt, and a save by Casey with his right pad on Stefanik.
Huck fired on. That was McMorrow, and somehow Gadzhiev got it with the glove. Offensive end, looks to split the defense, fires a shot high and wide. He gets the rebound out in front. What a save made by Gadzhiev. The puck comes up to the blue line. Phelan in, back to Rapkin, far side hash mark. Pushed out in front. Klee backdoor. Deputy the chance. Out of the crease. They score. David Deputy from below the goal line. Tucked it back in front and gives the Lumberjacks a 3-1 lead. His second of the game. And the Lumberjacks, a little bit of breathing room with 10:14 to go in regulation. Take a look at the replay. Klee, perfect backdoor pass to Deputy. A really great play by Deering at the top of the crease. But David Deputy, sneaky, able to get below the goal line and tuck it back in front of the goal, into the blue paint, into the back of the cage. His second of the game, 10th of the postseason. And the Lumberjacks, they lead it 3-1 in Auto Owners Assurance power play goal. By McLaughlin, taken away by Stefanik, and back up the near side. It's regained by Mason, carried back in. Across the way goes Saiba, behind the defense, no goal! The light came on, they say no, Gadzhiev has it! For the second time tonight, Shika Gadzhiev has made a save that toes the line between improbable and impossible. Gadzhiev, aggressive. Great play by Kosaiba, by the way, to get behind the defense. A great opportunity. Shika goes to the far side of the crease to meet him. Kosaiba, a pretty move. Shika went for a poke check. It went off the post and then into Gadziev's glove as he reached behind him. It was loose in the blue paint. Gadzhiev got on top. Somehow. Now Nestrasil, with 5 seconds to go, through the neutral zone, carries the offensive end, fires for the empty net, he scores! With 0.6 seconds to go in regulation, Vaslav Nestrasil, the empty netter, and the Lumberjacks, they tie the series up as it shifts back to Muskegon next week. The first time this postseason, the Hawks have fallen on home ice, and the empty netter sends the crowd to the exits.